Nothing that has ever happened to us that was good was planned. We never meant to meet. We never meant to have a precious little girl. We never meant to make a TV show. We never meant for anything that has ever happened that was wonderful in our life.
Yeah.
To happen.
So it all just happened.
Everything feels like a gift. It's all one huge gift. Yeah. God has taken great care of us. We're very, very blessed.
So far, 2021 has been a fairly busy year for Ben and Erin Napier. Season 5 of their hit HGTV renovation show Hometown premiered in January, along with Season 1 of their spinoff series, Hometown Ben's Workshop, which was launched on Discovery+.
It's a little dirty, but a good wood shop should
Gotta
be
be dirty, yeah.
Meanwhile, the Napiers' other spinoff, Hometown Takeover, is scheduled to premiere May 2nd on HGTV.
We're coming to Wetumpka, Alabama for Hometown Takeover.
And as if starring in 3 reality shows while also raising their beautiful 3-year-old daughter Helen wasn't enough, Ben and Erin have yet another brand new project to announce.
So we're having another baby.
What?
It's true.
Kidding.
It's true.
I know.
Yeah, you've known from the beginning.
Yeah, it was something we talked about last summer. Actually, during quarantine, we were spending so much time at home with Helen, and then Erin's grandmother passed away.
This sounds sad, I guess, but my grandmother passed away in May last year, and we were at the funeral. The birds were singing. It was like 70 degrees out there. The most joyful way you could celebrate a person's life. And my dad and his only brother stood over her casket when we were at the funeral. And the rest of us kind of hung back and gave them a minute. But it just made me think about how important a sibling bond is and how we wanted that for Helen.
Nobody knew your grandmother the way
Exactly.
that those two did.
Exactly. And I just thought about, like, nobody knows my parents the way my brother and I do. Nobody knows Ben's parents the way he and his brothers do. And the way they're all best friends. And we want that for Helen. We want her to have somebody to share her life with and to have all these stories. I don't want them to just belong to her alone. I think it's really wonderful to have a sibling if it's possible.
The Napiers learned the good news last September, naturally, while they were working on one of their 3 shows.
Actually, we were in
We were
Wetumpka
in Wetumpka, Alabama.
filming Hometown Takeover.
And I was suddenly allergic to the face wash I've used like 15 years now. I was washing my face and it was like setting my face on fire. It was so sensitive, and then my skin was peeling, and I called one of
Which
my
is
closest
great,
friends.
that, the
When
day
I-
before you're filming
A brand
new
new show, and you want to look your best. And anyway, I was incredibly self-conscious and like slathering coconut oil all over my face. And I called one of my best friends who's an esthetician, and I was like, what is the deal? I've used this face wash like for 15 years. And she was like, are you pregnant? I said, no. And then it was happy news because, go to the doctor and they say, in fact, you are. And I've been allergic to my favorite face wash ever since. So watch out, everybody. If you're suddenly allergic to something you've never been allergic to.
Yay!
I think we told her like the night we found out. We're so low key about like, we're not the first people to ever have a baby before. So we just want to be like, Helen, guess what? You're going to have a sister. And she was so excited. But the day we found out it was a girl was hilarious.
We were in Wetumpka when we found out it was a girl. Boy, I tell you, we had a lot of milestones in Wetumpka.
A lot of milestones. Yeah, she, the day we found out we're going to have a baby, we're like, do you think it'll be a little brother or a little sister? And she said, it's a girl.
It's a Gale.
It's a girl. And anytime anyone would ask, I was like 2 seconds pregnant, and people would be like, oh, Helen, you're going to have a baby. Do you think it's a boy or a girl? It's a girl. 100% confident. So we found out it was a girl at 9 weeks. And we got the phone call, and I said, Helen, guess what? It's a girl. And she completely did this whole like choreographed performance dance in this hotel room. And it ended with her like on the floor like this. She's 3. She's very, very pleased with herself for predicting it was was a girl. If it were a boy, she would have been devastated, I think.
While Helen is clearly excited to be a big sister, Ben is equally thrilled to have someone sleeping in his beloved crib once again.
We almost went, as far as the crib goes, we're almost going right from one to the next.
Yeah. Helen never tried to crawl out. She loved that crib. She still loves that crib. She never once tried to climb out of it. I mean, she'd sleep in it till she went to college, I guess, until we were like, Helen, do you want to sleep in a big girl bed? And she's like, okay.
I mean, it was tough. I built this. I designed it, dreamed it up, drew it out, built it for my
favorite thing he's
firstborn.
ever built.
And it's the thing that I'm most proud of. I think that probably any woodworker, it's a bucket list item, a thing to build a crib for your child. And I mean, and it was for me long before, we ever talked about having kids. I mean, not before we ever talked about it, but before we ever had a serious conversation about maybe it's time we try to have a kid. It was something that I thought about a lot. And so to be able to build that for my first child and then to see her move out of it
Was
just, woo, wrecked me. Still does.
Wetumpka, Alabama, we're coming!
While Ben and Erin have been plenty busy this year, they've never shied away from hard work, especially when so much of that work is helping to revitalize communities like Wetumpka, Alabama, which is the ultimate goal of their spinoff series, Hometown Takeover.
Hometown Takeover was meant to film pre-COVID. It was going to be a much bigger show.
Where we have like a town supper, a potluck
Marching
supper with the
band.
whole town. The marching band is gonna
A parade.
a parade. It was supposed to be all these things, and then it was all about like pivoting and finding ways to tell this huge story, but with
'Cause
fewer
it's-
people.
It's still an incredible story. Like,
Every episode will have people in tears because you see the power of community and how when an entire community believes in a place, it can be changed.
everybody has skin in the game. So it's the lawyer, the banker, the preacher, the candlestick maker.
Yeah, and that's what Hometown Takeover is about. We wanted to take all these things we've learned in 12 years of historic revitalization here to teach another small town what we've learned, what worked, what didn't work, and how they can apply it there and see a similar result. So it took us like 12 years of learning here, and we had 4 months in Wetumpka.
So working with local contractors, local sign painters, local
artists,
local business owners.
The main thing is we told them you all have to work together. For better or worse, that's the only way you're gonna improve your city. So
And-
anyway, Hometown Takeover. It's gonna show small town America, kind of the handbook for revitalization, and we're gonna hear so many great stories. These people who were chosen for renovations were chosen not because, they begged or cried or were the most excited in their video. It's that they were recommended by a lot of people around Wetumpka as this person cares so much about the kids in the community. She feeds 100 kids all summer who don't have, who have food scarcity. She teaches these kids how to balance a checkbook, life skills during the summer. And then this family over here, when there was the tornado, they fed thousands of volunteers out of their own pocket. We found those people and then found the need, because if you can help the people who are already doing the most in a community, then everything will just continue. It's a ripple effect.
It is amazing, if you looked at an overhead view, a bird's eye view of Wetumpka, and we touched a little bit
Of every community.
the entire town, and tried to highlight as many good people in that town as possible
And the work they were doing.
and the work that they were doing.
Yeah.
After wrapping production in Wetumpka this January, the Napiers still had to finish season 5 of Hometown.
Season 5, we're still filming until May, right when the baby comes, actually. She's due in May, and that's when we finish.
We actually have our producers are
Making a backup plan.
for like, because I mean, we're gonna be for the last week of filming, we'll be revealing 3 houses.
And that'll be the danger zone.
And what happens if we go into labor and Erin and Ben can't be there?
I don't know.
While there will no doubt be more seasons and spin-offs in the Napiers' future, their fans may be wondering if there will also be more children.
I think this is it.
So what's funny about
I'm
this
just
is
really
that
tired.
in the last pregnancy, we had this same conversation where Erin was saying, like, I'm just really tired. I think that 1 kid is going to be it. And I was like, fine with me, whatever, you know. And now we're having I think this is it for me. I'm really tired. 2 kids is it. And so whatever God wants will happen.